announce that we're on the internet.
You're on the air now.
We're on the internet.
Hello.
0 watchers at the moment, but that's okay because, as I always say, there's millions of potential.
I just got a notification because I didn't turn my phone sound off even after telling you that I had.
Man, you have a guest and you tell them to turn all their notifications off, and they say, "I did
But
that."
it's really, I have a Grace Morrison one. It always tells me that Grace Morrison is live.
Hello. So I've got a little bit of a different sort of, hi Chris,
Yeah,
a different night tonight because I did have an artist scheduled who is under the weather. So we're going to reschedule them. So I thought tonight I'd do something different and do a little bit of a songwriting retrospective of mine. Hi, Carrie.
And if you're here to hear Jesse Terry, you are about to be disappointed.
He's not.
I am not Jesse Terry.
This is my husband, Scott. And if you've ever seen me in real life, you'll know that he really likes
Things.
to say that he doesn't want attention, but he likes attention a lot. So he's going to be my...
Jesse Terry. Am I the, for a deep faux cut, am I the Freebo to your Alice Howe? Would you say?
Yes.
Except no score.
Anyway, this is my husband, Scott. And he told me that he has questions and ideas in store for tonight. I have no idea what they are. I do know that I feel like this is going to impact my martini delivery, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We can work on that.
So I was thinking about, because I'm preparing to release a new album this year, and I was thinking about how many things I've recorded in the past. And so I'm going to try to play a couple of songs from each album that I've released. That's the plan tonight. And I also want to mention that becoming a patron, usually I put a tip jar up, and I do have a tip jar tonight if you'd like to contribute. But becoming a patron is really the best way to support independent artists right now. It's like a subscription that you pay for your favorite artists. So, with that said, I'm going to start with the very first recording I ever put out.
Wow.
It was with a band. It was called Grace Morrison and the RSO. And
How'd that work out?
we can talk about that after. This song is called Stuck on You. Another night is ending at the bar across the street. I'm at the bottom of my glass and I'm feeling floppy feet. Another cherry, another daydream. I'm sitting next to you. You touch my leg and we go home, 'cause it's the only right thing to do. I'm stuck on you, and I'm feeling bold. I'm stuck on any little thing that will make me feel old. Here's the proof. I have lost my mind. I'm stuck on any little thing that'll keep me satisfied. Walking home is like a rolling ocean in my mind. You're touching me and I can't keep my cool, how hard I try. Then there's the point where we no longer talk, we cannot stand. You got the power and a fistful of my hair in your hand. I'm stuck on you, and I'm feeling bold. I'm I'm
That's
kidding.
also-
I'm kidding.
That's a PG-13 song.
That is a PG-13 song. And also I would love someone in the comments. Let me know if my vocal guitar balance sounds okay to you. I can't tell. I don't know. So yeah. So when I first started writing, not when I first started, but earlier on in my 20s, I used to try to stick things into songs. That's what she said. That's what she said. I used to try to like put things in there that people may not notice were innuendo.
Yeah.
So that entire first CD, I'm pretty sure every single song has some kind of innuendo in it. Thank you, Carrie. And that's how I used to amuse myself. And but then my little students would sing my songs to me, and I'd be like, ugh,
That's inappropriate.
they don't know. And my husband's middle daughter started out as a student of mine, and that used to be her favorite song of mine, that last one.
I texted her already. I still text her, even though she's right upstairs, that you're playing the inappropriate name of the song, Floppy Feet.
Yeah, every time I'd perform and he'd come along, he'd text his daughter when I did that song.
Yeah.
It was like, can you guys hear Scott okay? Is Scott coming through? This is really important.
So I'm going to toss some harmonies in any second.
I tried to get him to sing with me in the past, and it did not occur.
Yeah.
So, did you have any thoughts or commentary?
Well, I thought you were supposed to ask me. Like, I'm the guest here. Aren't you supposed to ask me? You should tell them, or I'll tell them what you said to me. All day long, I've been excited because it's like a date night for us, right? This is as close as we get. We've got a babysitter.
Yep.
We're down here for an hour.
Yep.
And we're listening to music, right?
And what did I say?
And what you said was, I think you should do this in another room. I was excited to sit with you and talk for an hour and listen to you sing, and you said, go to another room.
I just thought that it would present better. You know, we could have like 2 squares on the screen, and
I'm just saying.
I could put little banners up for you.
It hurt a little bit.
I'm sorry, honey.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Well, anywho, that was CD number 1. And then that was a band that I had, and you know, if you're married, you know that a marriage with 2 people is really hard. The thing is that a marriage with 5 people is way harder, and bands are kind of like marriages. So anyway, that's how that ended up. And so then I was left like trying to figure out who I was as a solo artist. And I don't know if we ever really figured that out. But so then I released an EP called Redemption, which I paid for entirely with recycling. Like, I collected people's cans. And it got to the point where I had a mountain in my front yard of people's gross can recycling. Like, the local newspaper put an article out, and people would just bring their trash bags of cans to my yard. But I raised enough money to record an EP with that. I'm pretty proud of that, and it was called Redemption. It was like my personal redemption, but also cans, which incidentally was a passion of mine as a kid. Did you know that?
Is that what?
Recycling, picking up litter.
Trust me, I know you like recycling.
I love.
You're a big fan of recycling.
We don't.
Is that the one that had the? Is that the one that had the big picture, the article that my grandmother said you were very young?
Yes. I was in front of my mountain of cans in the local newspaper, and we weren't dating at the time. We were just friends. And his nana, who was like 90, said, "Oh, Scott, she's very young," and that's when I really decided that I loved Nana. Anyway, the EP. It had 2 songs on it, and you can get this. This is all available to stream. It had 2 songs that were kind of full band with piano and rockers, and then it had 2 a country song and then a folkier song. So I'm gonna do the countryer one, and I don't often play these. I need the lyrics. Is that really sad? It was silly that I should need the lyrics.
Are you going to need your stand?
You're my stand.
Oh boy.
There you go. So the best part of this song, it's about a superhero of sorts. And so the music video of this is, he wasn't my husband yet. He wasn't even my boyfriend. He was just my friend. And he dressed up as a superhero that we named Captain Bumbershoot. And so anyway, he was the hero in my music video, which you can check out. So this is called Marilyn. He don't care, wraps around and tells me a story. He's my hero. Love me in the evening and it's not so slow. He disarms me, but I take him in 'cause the water's sweet. I can take him only as high as I can climb. He can take me higher than wind. He's my hero. Love me in the evening and it's not so slow. He disarms me, but he says, Marilyn Monroe, I got a thing on me. Did I forget the words? Yes, but I had my trusty music stand.
Yeah, thanks.
The other great thing about that music video is you can see our first hug.
Yeah, it's true.
It was in an alley behind Toad in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Yep.
It's really awkward. It looks awkward. It felt awkward.
Still just as awkward.
Oh, I thought it had gotten less awkward. Anyway, you can see that. Do you have any thoughts on being a superhero in that video?
I'm just wondering if anybody picked up the signal you gave me to turn the page, where you stared at me.
Did
and
anybody
raised
notice
and
my-
lowered.
Man, this goes back to when I was singing in bars, and you play for 3 hours covers, and oftentimes you'll get requests and you won't know the words, and so we developed a system of cues so he knew when I wanted him to like scroll on the phone.
Yeah.
The lyrics. We haven't done that in such a long time.
No, I know. But I
Oh,
picked up
that's
your
so
cue.
sweet. You did. That was really
raised your
sweet.
eyebrows and shook
I
your
did.
head.
I raised my eyebrows. Incidentally, my mother, growing up, one of her main parenting tricks was, I called it the eyebrow. And it's that thing where you do one eyebrow up and one down, and I can't do it. It's one of those things that I just wish had been passed on genetically to me. Anyway.
Got some other gifts.
So I released that EP, and then I released a live album, live at the Zeiterion Theater. And so this came out. I was still trying to carve out who I was as a solo artist. I think at that time, the band maybe had been broken up for a year, and I was still kind of like felt like I needed that band sound of the fiddle and the cello and all of these things. And so that live album is really like, I don't go back and listen to it. It's hard to listen to yourself. But anyway, when I... Huh?
Thank you.
That's the other thing in that live album. In between every single song, I went, thank you. Thank you. And we tried to edit out as many of those as possible, but I just cannot listen to it. Anyway, if you go back and listen to it, maybe you'll notice that it's like Grace trying to figure out who she is. She doesn't know. But my favorite song on there is Still.
Yeah.
Let's see if I remember all the words.
Have to look up words.
I have so many songwriting books, and I just don't know which one it's in. So you've lucked out.
All right.
We'll see how we do. Thank you, Carrie. This is about, I think we all get, this is specific to a relationship, but I think we all get these places in life where we just are in our routines and kind of lose sight of who we are. You know, we just become kind of a slave to the routine of life. And for me anyway, I'll get into these routines and then one day be like, wait, who am I even? I've just been like gliding along on this path. Does that happen to you?
I was zoning out. Sorry, I was in my routine.
You're in your routine. Am I articulating that?
Yeah.
Correctly?
You just kind of go, and all of a sudden 6 months has passed. Or,
Yeah, and it's like, oh my God, this years have gone by in this relationship, and who am I anymore? So that's what this is about.
But that was a previous.
This has nothing to do with you.
I'll be certainly more interested in what's about me.
taking the seasons of doubt on myself and blaming the winter on you. I knew it was gonna be hard to face the flowers we see to make us turn around. But still we're standing on the same old ground. How did we get here? I don't even know my name. How did we keep growing at this prison that we made? How did we get here? Remembering pictures of days in the sun and knowing I'm smiling at you. I knew it was gonna be hard to stay, with nothing left to make us stick around. But I don't wanna see you drowning. Stick around. How did we get here? I don't even know my name. How did we keep growing at this prison that we made? How did we get here? How did we get here? You call me a bitch, you call me rough, you call me anything you want to. You cut the quick, I call your bluff, you call me anything you want to. 'Cause I don't wanna see you drowning. Stick around. How did we get here? I don't even know my name. How did we keep growing at this prison that we made? How did we get here? How did we get here? Dave, totally cool to catch the replay tonight. And I just wanted to mention that, so Dave Eschbach, he's so awesome, him and the McCloskeys. I met them all around the same time. And it was right in this period between the band and the live album when I was still like, who am I? Hi, Denise. So Denise, we're doing sort of a different thing tonight. I'm doing a career retrospective.
Of yourself. Rather bold.
Of myself. Carrie, it's funny, I think, as I was trying to figure out who I was sonically through all of these things, the songs I'm playing tonight are the ones that I think I kind of latched onto then because they have become really what I think I am as an artist, and they're the ones that tell a story that people can relate to. And because I think so many of us have been there in one way or another, being stuck and feeling stuck. But you know what? You're never really stuck, right?
Yes, sure.
Am I getting a little lofty here?
Very zen of you, I guess.
Right?
I don't
I'm
know.
very zen. I did yoga today.
That was another PG-13 song, by the way.
It was?
Yeah, you said it. You said a swear word.
Oh, I did. I said a swear. There was no innuendo in that song, but I did say a curse word. Very liberating.
Yeah, you should. Yeah?
Very, very liberating for me.
You curse up a storm anytime you want. It's okay.
The other song in that live album that I really loved and love is Taking Johnny Home.
Are you going to play Taking Johnny Home?
I think I will. I haven't played Johnny in a really long time.
All right.
So these two songs are the story songs. If anybody else is a songwriter, I'd love to have you chime in, but I always kind of wrote just stream of consciousness and never was concerned about the story of the song. Mm-hmm. And that's why these ones that I'm playing tonight are the ones that I did have story for. It's funny playing the old songs. I'm like, what was I even talking about? I didn't know. But this one is my uncle's story. He was a Vietnam veteran. If you've ever seen me play live, you've for sure heard this song.
And I do remember you talking about this when we were at Stonebridge, right? And you told me his story. I think you were kind of going through a lot of that at the time. And then shortly after was when this went to the award thing.
That's right. That's right. So this song has thank you, Denise. This song has a lot to do with our relationship. But it's funny also playing these old songs.
I'm not a Vietnam veteran.
No, you're not a Vietnam veteran.
I'm not even a Cub Scout.
But I just mean like playing these old songs. It kind of takes me back to where I was when I wrote them and when they came out. You know. And this one I'm remembering. I wrote this. My uncle was not gonna. He had months left and. I listened to his story and then wrote the song, and I was really, really excited that I was able to record it and then give him a CD with his song on it before he passed away. Just that was kind of cool. All right, let's see if I remember the words. Stole a doctor's purse of pills. His bank was richer than mine. They locked me up and said, "You've got a choice, boy. Your neck is mine." So we ride, we float to the highest hills and the lowest of lows. Taking Johnny home to his house up in the mountains. Taking Johnny home past the sycamore tree. Taking Johnny home where his mama will be waiting. And she'll know it's the devil in me. They let us out in the warmest water with a jungle breeze. Children floating, they're falling in the dark Red Sea. So we walk, we reload to the highest hills in the lowest of lows. Taking Johnny home to his house up in the mountains. Taking Johnny home past the sycamore tree. Taking Johnny home where his mama will be waiting. And she'll know it's the devil in me. I'll kiss the ground, my lips touch the stone. But I know I'm never really, no, I'm never really coming home. Taking Johnny home to his house up in the mountains. Taking Johnny home past the sycamore tree. Taking Johnny home where his mama will be waiting. She'll know it's not Johnny. Taking Johnny home.
Okay.
Is it awkward to be like know that people can see you listening to me?
Well, no, it's more awkward because I was thinking you were singing a song about a hardened Vietnam veteran, right? And I am drinking herbal tea in my Baby Yoda cup. So that's more the picture I'm sending out to people. Is
I want to talk about mugs.
I am drinking out of this while you are singing about real men.
You are a real man.
I have
We'll
faith
talk
in
more
that.
about that. I just want to talk about mugs because the funniest thing to me this holiday season and his birthday was that all I bought him for his birthday and Christmas was mugs.
People can see.
Mugs and Funko Pop dolls. Do you know the ones I mean? Get one of your dollies, honey.
I have so many dolls.
And he said to me,
No,
he
good.
got
That doesn't help
no.
with the manly stuff.
So I bought him that mug, and I was so excited because he loves the Mandalorian, and I just thought it was a cool mug. And he said, and then like everybody bought him mugs, and he's like, "Oh my god, nobody knows what to buy for me, so they just buy me mugs." And I wonder, is that your experience too? People watching, do you just buy mugs for people if you don't know what else to get them?
That mug is a tough mug to drink out of.
I got you a lot of mugs,
Yeah, but
though.
that mug has a round top. You have to be a Jedi to actually drink out of it.
It's like a bowl mug.
Inappropriate,
Sure.
yes.
These are his dollies.
I got many dolls.
They're all from The Office.
I have so many of these. Yep.
I don't know.
I am not an adult man.
Anyway, he's got almost all of them. You
them.
are very much an adult man. So, I neglected an album because there was one that was recorded and never released, and there are songs from that I play. So this was in between. This was just before the live album that I mentioned. That band, just prior to breaking up, had recorded an album of new songs. So I'm gonna do one of those ones. They've wound up on other recordings, but I'll do one of those.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah. You know them. Actually, I'll do the big hit.
You're gonna do your big hit?
The big hit from the album that was never released. So I'm trying to remember that we were gonna call it. The name of the record was gonna be a line from this song or another one. I have to think about that. This is called The Trouble. See if I remember these lyrics.
Oh boy.
Gosh, guys, all I've played this year is new songs. I don't remember the old ones. If you know the word and I forget it, will you jump in and sing it?
I do not know the word.
That would be helpful, though.
I could hold up some pages.
You might find that you do. Here we go. How'd it come to this? You got me all wrong. I've been living like my life is a song, and I know now that it's all wrong. I don't wanna crash, I don't wanna burn so far away from my home. I've been lost and I've been found. I've been scared and I've been drawn. It's the trouble that we make, so far away from the first mistake. A little bit left, I can't see the right way to face my fears. You got a candle, but I need a lantern glow. I don't wanna fall, I don't wanna lose my way. I've been lost and I've been found. I've been bleeding on the ground. It's the rain that washes away the pain from the first mistake. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. I've been lost, and I've been found. I've been bleeding on the ground.
feel as awkward here
Yeah.
as I did when you were in bars and you would stare at me and I wouldn't know what to do. So it's a similar thing. It's just
Just having people look at you.
yeah. So what I was wondering is, that one has changed a little bit. That one got changed, I think, arranged slightly differently when it went on this album from the original version. That's I think John and you.
It did, yeah, because I think what had happened, I would write the songs, and then I'd bring the completed song to the band, and we'd kind of arrange it for the band, and they'd put their parts in. And when that band so gloriously imploded, I went to a producer, and I wanted, some of the songs were from the band, some were not, but I wanted to remove anything that wasn't something that I had created. Like, I took all those arrangements out, and so we kind of made a new arrangement of that.
Different.
Yeah, it is different, and it's just funny still. I'm thinking about the new album that I'm so excited about is 100% me. But I'm the Apple, which is the next one coming up. Can I see it for a second?
Yeah.
It's the first one I did, me, solo artist, like I had an idea, but some of the songs had been played with that band, and so it still wasn't a complete, this is me all by myself thing. But I do love that cover photo. My friend Mark Nicholas, I've known him since I was a kid, took that really cool photo of, he shot the apple.
Did you know that there's no apostrophe on your plaque?
On this?
Yeah. It says,
In the apple?
yeah, in the apple.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
Weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is, I was really excited about this. I had a barcode, guys.
Yeah.
My first barcode.
And I think we learned from talking to DJs that.
Oh yeah, so
little
it's
trick we
such an
learned.
interesting thing too. Trying to figure out what the music industry is so weird. If you're not in it, I'm just here to tell you it's really weird, and it's funny to even call it a business because most of us don't make any money. But one of the things you typically do is you promote your albums to radio, and it's still a funny thing that I'm trying to figure out if that is. Do people listen to their new music on the radio? I'm a streamer. I stream.
You're a streamer?
I stream
Aw.
new music, but do you
all
guys
just
get
streamers.
your new music from the radio? I'm curious about that. Anyway, so what he was saying is when you design a jacket, it's really important that your songs be numbered with times on them, which I didn't do here, but I did number. But also you need to label your spine. This is like a old school radio thing, though.
And I think we learned that from some of our folk DJ friends.
Yeah.
Because this was a little bit more, or particularly that was a little bit more maybe of a folk. We thought it was a folk album, and we've moved away. Well, we talked to folk people. We realized that's not what it is. You don't produce nearly the volume you need to produce to be a folk artist. You need at least 2 albums a
Please
year.
tell me somebody watching this has seen the movie A Mighty Wind. Please, just somebody say, yes, I've seen the movie A Mighty Wind. Because the best joke in that whole movie, it's all about the folk music world. And one of the bands, what do they say? We've released 10 albums in 10 years. Or
And something like, and over the next 15 years, release 25 of the best albums we could put together. Some ridiculous thing like that. But that is
yeah.
shots fired. But that is the folk world. I suppose.
So is there anything else in that you think I should play? I was kind of thinking that he would throw me curveballs and ask me to play songs that I don't recall.
I thought this was just a podcast about Game of Thrones. I did not
You
know
thought this was a Game of Thrones podcast.
I did not know this was a singer-songwriter thing, so I am ill-prepared.
We're going to sing and songwrite, boy.
All right. No, just play something.
Play
if it's
a
about
song?
me, that's better. If it's not about
There's
me,
nothing.
Oh.
There's nothing about him on this album. However,
Play America.
there's a song on here that I wrote while talking to you.
Oh, okay. That sort of counts.
Yeah. One of the proudest moments of my whole entire life. I'll try to make this succinct. My family, we lost the house I grew up in. It got auctioned. We had to stand in the driveway while people came and bid on the home we had lived in
you
for
know
30 plus years.
You know where it is. You just can't live there anymore. You didn't lose
I
it.
didn't lose it. Cousin Ruth. You have to watch the movie A Mighty Wind. It's so funny. Eugene Levy. So anyway, our home was auctioned, and it was a really, really traumatic experience for me. And it's the sort of thing, as an independent musician, you don't make a lot of money. So I didn't at the time see any way that I could help or help my parents have a place to live or anything like that. but I kind of put my nose to the grindstone and I worked really hard, and I was able to buy my grandmother's house, which was like, it seems so silly to be so proud of that, but it's just something I never thought I could do, and I did it. And so I was sitting in this home I had purchased, and there was nothing in it. It was really creepy. It's an old house too. It was really creepy. And I was just sitting there in the silence writing this. I wrote this song, and I was texting him while I did
do
that.
remember the text message exchange. Because at that time, I would listen to anything you sent me and hope there was something that was related to me in it.
Well,
I still do that, frankly.
we can get into our awkward relationship later, honey. So yeah, this is me writing in the middle of the night, really creeped out because I didn't know that old radiators like made noise when you turn them on, and I was pretty sure I had a ghost. Now, I'm gonna be not ashamed to tell you that I don't know the first words to this song.
I've been.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm only okay with doing that because Jewel, on her This Way album, has a live cut where she doesn't remember the beginning of her song, and her audience has to tell her.
I got you.
I've been there before.
Yeah.
Here. I've been here before. I know the roads we walk. I feel in my bones. This is our last good talk. Since in the... Hold on, guys. Rookie mistake, y'all. I'm gonna start over. Do you know what I did? I had a dropped D and I forgot about it.
Just edit that out.
You know, there's no editor. This is all gonna be in there.
This is live?
For posterity, honey. I'm never gonna live this down.
Oh, no.
But now I know the first words. At least I didn't get very far.
Good.
Huh?
Great.
I've been here before. I know the roads we walk. I feel in my bones. This is our last good talk. Since in the cold, I'm feeling this flag unfold. But here we are again. It's love. Has anybody called? Getting dark, feeling a sense of hope. Walking the fog, wearing a big fur coat. That's alone. I wish I could take you home.
That was about me.
Here we are again. It's love. Has anybody called? While I was away, dear, I fear I'd miss sweet words you'd say. I'm feeling like a whisper. I never knew he'd miss her. I never knew he'd stay. That's alone. I wish I could take you home. Oh, here we are again. It's love. Has anybody called? While I was away, there I fear I'd miss sweet words you'd say. I'm feeling like a whisper. I never knew he'd miss her. I never knew wrote that song, and then I texted him, and I said, "You want to hear a song I wrote?"
I do remember. So when you kind of look, when you're in between verses, playing a song you haven't played in a while, and you kind of look around, I think of Seinfeld. You watched the Seinfeld, didn't you?
I'm familiar with Seinfeld.
So Jerry Stiller would never remember his lines, and if you watch the show, when he like looks up and does that,
Oh, he's trying to remember.
he's trying to remember his lines because he was a little bit older then, and I always worry that you're fishing around looking for the lines.
Sometimes, not
And
always.
so I'm always a little concerned, but that's what Jerry Stiller. You've watched the show. That's what he's doing. He's
No,
trying to grab
sometimes
lines.
it's that, but sometimes I find I just read this book about how to write songs. It's kind of philosophical, but the idea that when you're writing or creating something, you're trying to get in this state where like ego is gone and you're just in the song. And so oftentimes when I do that, I'm just in the song. I don't feel like I'm in the room.
I also wonder if you're a foot swinger when you play, and you're a foot tapper, and when you're sitting, you're a foot swinger, and you're locked in down here, and I'm a little worried
you're in the
I'm
way.
impeding.
You're in the way.
your
No, that's fine.
performance.
No, you're not impeding anything, honey. I love you.
I'm a little-
So my cousin Ruth is here, and it reminded me of a song from Redemption that I didn't play that I'd like to give a whirl.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give it a whirl, guys. I probably will know this one less than the others. But, so Ruth is my mom's first cousin. Ruth's dad and my grandpa were brothers. And I never got to meet Uncle Pungo because he lived on the West Coast.
Uncle what now?
Uncle Pungo.
Oh, okay.
So my grandfather was a TV repairman, and at the time that we lost that home we didn't lose it, we knew where it was. The time that our home was taken from us, my grandparents had all died, and so it was like this simultaneous weird feeling of like a loss of home, because also our families are our homes in a lot of ways, and so. This song was me, like I was just heartbroken on multiple fronts. And, but just the way my brain works, I thought, you know what? My grandparent ghosts are going to haunt the shit out of anyone who's in my house. And so that was what started this song, is like I knew that my grandparent ghosts were going to give payback to whoever was there. I haven't played this song in so long. I wrote this in 2011. I don't even remember what key it's in.
You're in your 20s.
I could be wrong right now.
We'll find out in the verse.
Pack my bags and head to the door. Girl, what you turning around for? Turn all the lights out so they can see. The ghosts are the last to leave. I hear a voice in the back of my mind say, darling, everything's fine. So I stand and raise a glass to the ghosts of my past. And I see Grandma sitting in her old rocking chair. I'm staring at the dust in the air, and it's been a while since I've felt at home. Painting clouds on pink paper. We're always saving it for later. You're just a walk down the street. We both smile at our little feet. I hear a voice in the back of my mind say, Gracie girl, everything's fine. So I stand and raise a shiny white hair. We're late for supper, but we don't care, 'cause we've got time. Grandpa's living off of TVs and dinner. He's only getting older 'cause his hair's getting thinner. And it's been a while since I felt at home. I hear a voice in the back of my mind say everything's gonna be fine. So I stand and raise a glass to the ghosts of my past. I see Grandma sitting in her old rocking chair. I'm staring at the dust in the air, and it's been a while since I felt at home. Grandpa's living off of TVs and dinner. He's only getting older 'cause his hair's getting thinner. And it's been a while since I felt at home. So Uncle Punga was a nickname that he had as a child.
Oh.
Nehemiah's middle name.
Oh, we got some nicknames in our family too. That
Thank you, Ruth. You know, I'm going to meet you though. I loved my grandfather. I'm gonna cry. I loved my grandfather Brayton so much. He was just such a
You're all gonna cry.
I'm totally gonna cry. He was awesome. And so owning the house that he worked so hard to have for his family means a heck of a lot to me, but connecting with his family would mean even more because I've never met them. I'm totally crying.
Oh boy.
That's okay. We're gonna take a trip to the West Coast when we can, when it's safe to do so, and we're gonna go meet the West Coast Knowles.
Did you hear me fall upstairs?
I
while you were
did.
saying it?
You did. You fell. All right. We need a funnier song because weeping wasn't the plan tonight.
No, it was not.
Once I get on a roll, it's hard to unroll
Ugh,
the tears,
Oh God.
which incidentally come far easier once you're a mom. Can anybody relate to that?
No, I cannot.
No, of course not.
Although I do cry a lot.
You're a sensitive but real man.
Tea drinking crier with my dolls.
So I just want to throw out something because I just am really excited for you. I love writing about history. I haven't done that a lot lately, but that first CD I put out with the band was all about King Henry VIII and his wives. And a period of history that I always wanted to write about and just haven't yet was King Philip's War. Because it's a period of history we're not even taught about at school. I never, ever learned about King Philip's War in school, but it's a time period that shaped America quite a bit. And so, and there's no documentaries about it. There's no movies about it. There's nothing. So, Scott has a creative endeavor of his own.
Yeah, I'm trying to write something about it. I don't know what, but it is. It's a time period that's not very well documented at all.
But fascinating because it's here where we live. It's where it happens.
It is right in our back. I mean, it was Rhode Island and Massachusetts, but right in our backyard.
And it was the grandchildren of the Pilgrims who were really the ones waging this war.
Yeah, and a relative of ours by marriage.
Oh yeah.
Was the Benjamin Church is known now as the first Ranger. He was the
first Ranger, the first American Ranger.
Right, and he was a volunteer.
You know what I did do though? I wrote a poem.
It was about me for like 30 seconds. That was
Hey. I wrote a poem for a book about rocks, but notable rocks, and there were a lot of those rocks are King Philip's War, like named for King Philip's War, like Anawan Rock, and I wrote a poem for it.
Yeah, my story was better.
He does that to me all the time, guys. He'll, like, back when I used to perform in real venues, his pep talks to me would be like, hey, try this joke.
Yeah.
And then he'd tell me how funny he is.
No, I am.
He's funny.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Do you have any requests? Are there any requests?
Off that album?
Yeah. Let's move on to some singles.
Okay.
So I released that album, and then there was a period of singles.
Get two.
And I think I'll do this one.
Okay.
So this one here. It's a download sticker which you can purchase. These are for sale.
What did they intend you to do with a sticker, though?
Well, so
It's a giant sticker.
listen, I don't know.
Okay.
I was trying because a lot of people, and I would love people to chime in on this. A lot of folks don't buy physical CDs; they download.
This is for
However,
those folk DJs. That's
I know.
all it's
However, that's where artists make money. So it's like a double-edged sword. And so I bought a bunch of download stickers as an experiment to see if people who didn't buy CDs would just get the download from me. The answer is no. I have a whole bunch of them. I use them as thank you cards. Although I was told once that it's different here in the Northeast than the rest of the country. I think on the West Coast, that would be more apt to go over.
Yes, I think yeah.
It's a regional thing. Please feel free to chime in and tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. So this is a song I wrote about a stupid relationship I was in that I never should have been in.
Still not me.
And no, it wasn't you, but here's the thing about this relationship in this song. Scott and I were friends at the time. And
Were we friends or were we...
No,
friends?
we were friends, and I didn't know that he liked me. And you could say that it was me just not perceiving the subtle cues, except that I'm pretty sure that there were no cues. It's not my fault. I had no idea he was interested in me. And then I made bad choices. Now, my bad choices are not your fault.
No.
But I just had no idea you were interested in me. I didn't know. My mom knew. I didn't know.
I brought my daughter to lessons every week. I don't know what are the signs you need.
And you paid me for those
and
lessons.
I paid you for said
And he
lessons.
sat awkwardly in the corner and said nothing.
Similar to what I'm doing now. Less talking. I'm going to get my tea while you sing this song.
I don't remember how to play this song.
Uh-oh.
Here's the thing about memorizing songs. There we go.
Go.
Memorizing things is not the part of your brain you would think it is. It's muscle memory. It's your fingers knowing where to go. I'm not like consciously thinking F chord. My fingers just know where to go. And so when I forget, it's because my muscle memory has failed me. Anyway.
We heard crash.
What am I doing? He's looking at me. It's getting hard to breathe. Are these apparitions I'm starting to see? Don't give my heart back to me. Keep strumming on my heartstrings. You take away all of the pain. Keep strumming on my heartstrings. I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. Where am I walking? He's talking to me. It's getting hard to think. These apparitions I'm starting to see. Don't give my heart back to me. And I want you to know. You take away all of the pain. Keep strumming on my heartstrings. I want you to be mine. looks at the floor. He don't want me anymore. So here I am crawling down on my knees. Don't give your heart away, 'cause I want you to know you take away all of the pain, keep strumming on my heartstrings. I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. Ruth has a good point. You know, Heartstrings has the sticker has hearts on the front of it, and it would make a great Valentine. You could buy one of those stickers for me and put a little note on it, and then send somebody a breakup song. But it looks like a Valentine, right? It totally looks like a Valentine.
Sure, yeah,
Did you
great.
bring me a martini? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But you're kind of not.
I would drink it if it arrived, but no, I don't want you to go anywhere. It's fine.
I think you kind of do.
No, I don't. I don't. I enjoy your company. Hey, what came next in the chronology? Is that a word? Chronology.
Are we on to this one?
I think we're on that one. Yes, sirree, Bob. So then I wrote more songs, and actually this one had some older songs on it too. So this came out in 2019, and at the time that this came out and we were working on it, I had just had a baby, and so I forgot some things. Like I remember I mentioned earlier that the DJs want something that's mine. I remembered to do that part, but I forgot to number my songs.
Oh.
Such a rookie mistake.
But you did put the time codes on.
But I did put the time codes on, which weren't on the previous one. I promise you guys that my next CD is going to have all of this stuff on it. I don't know if it will matter, but it'll be there.
Yeah, I don't.
So there's a song in here that you wrote.
There is?
Yeah. Look, it says it really big on the bottom. All songs written by Grace Morrison, except Reasons, written by Grace Morrison and Scott Hartley. It's a co-write.
Fantastic.
My first co-write with this guy. And so this song started all by myself. I was writing about his divorce, as I understood it. But I didn't have a verse 2. Thank you, Ruth. Chronology. And so I had started writing this song for him, and I just knew that it was missing a chunk. And we were at Wines and More looking for creme brulee porter from Southern Tier. And whilst in the craft beer aisle, he came up with his little chunk of verse.
Thanks.
I was so proud of you.
Just one chunk of a verse.
A little one chunk of a verse.
And I still did not get a penny out of it.
But you are on BMI.
So if I...
So you could get fractions of pennies. Who's to say? And this song, for a really long time, was always the first song in my sets. And I've neglected it this year. And then the last time I played it, I forgot your verse.
You forgot my verse? About my own divorce?
I did.
Oh, that's very sad.
But anyway, this is a song about your divorce.
Am I going to stare longingly at you, or do you want me to walk away, or...
No. You just stay right there, honey.
I thought you were going to get your... Oh, no.
I don't remember.
You don't remember my song.
That's so funny to me.
Not so much to me. It's a little sad. Do you want the lyrics? Or?
No. Tell me another story about him. I wanna know why. Your stories pile up like rocks in the river, and you need another reason to try. Give me another reason to leave you. I'm sure you could try. The leaves pile up like seasons of doubt, and I don't need another reason to cry. It's our love breaking, our life coming down. too close. You smell like you've been swimming in the river with some other sad, broken ghost. I'm feeling like a man in the shadows, just watching it all. I held you up, picked up the pieces, but now I'm gonna let you fall. It's our love breaking, our life coming down. It's been seasons in the making, and the me that's left behind is proud. Tell me another story about him. I wanna know why he's going down this river you found, and I don't think you should stay dry. Do you know what I always wonder about that song?
No.
Do people, does the dig at the end come through? Is it obvious that we're telling the villain of the song to go jump in a river?
Now it is.
Thank you, Cam Jam. Oh, I just wasn't sure if that translates. I don't know. I don't know.
But I think that's the one. One of the few times I get extra embarrassed at a show is when the Sean Mullins one. I think I was sitting with John. I think you pointed me out in front of there was a lot of people at that show.
And what was embarrassing about that?
Just the lights. It felt like the lights came on.
Oh,
to
that's
where
right.
I
That did happen. So
was. That doesn't
I
usually, and I get very nervous before you perform. Like I am
I
a
know.
ball of nerves.
I know. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, it's awful.
I know. I'm an empath. I absorb the emotions of the people around. And one time I was playing, I was selected to showcase at this big conference. And I had been wanting to do it for such a long time. And I was so excited that this was my chance to showcase. And I was trying to calm myself down and relax to put on a good show. And he couldn't even be in the room with me. And then, after you're done performing, you often, like, at least I do, go through my head, like, did I do a good job? Did I suck? What about this? What about that? And all I wanted from him was for me to say, how did I do? And for him to say, great, honey. But what he said was, I don't know, I couldn't go in there.
I feel like you're
And so the
pointing out some
lesson-
flaws tonight.
No, well, you pointed out the flaw, honey. Sometimes, this is just a marriage lesson, sometimes it's okay to say something that only has a shade of truth in it to make the other person feel good.
You were great that night.
In other words, sometimes it's okay to lie. It's okay. If it's in the interest of making the other person feel good,
All
I
right.
think. I'm sure that there are exceptions to that.
Note taken.
So I digress. I was opening for Sean Mullins, and you guys know Sean Mullins. Everything's gonna be alright, rockabye. Opening for him's a big deal, and I was really funny that night.
You had a good night. Yeah, you
I didn't use
most of my lines.
I used none of his jokes. I used none of them. I used my jokes, and they were funny. And then when I pointed him out, they totally had a spotlight
Yeah,
that
they
was
sure
shown
did.
on you.
John.
That
helped
was
with
that was a great night.
That was a
That was
good
a lot
night.
of fun.
And that's brings us to right before COVID because we were about to head out with him again
That's right. I was supposed to go on tour with him
for
this
like
year.
3 or 4 shows, and that went right to.
But that's okay. That's okay. So here we are. We just did Reasons, the title track of this. And the other song I want to play from this tonight is To Be Weird, because I don't play that song enough. It's my love song for him. It's called To Be Weird. And it's kind of, I poke fun at the fact that I didn't know for a long time you were interested in me. I didn't know.
Yeah. Do you know now?
long time for me to read your lines. I read it through once, put it down, 'cause I thought I was fine. Your patience alone makes sense when you could see the end. You looked at me quietly, 'cause I wanted to suffer again. I wanna be real for a minute. You could have run. You looked at me hoping I'd say, give it to me, baby. To be weird, to be one, to be wise. We're more than the sum of our parts. We're bound for life. Ooh. Ooh. Now I look at a snapshot of myself and think how calm I was contented to be reinvented as a doormat for someone. I should have known the minute I slapped that face and lost my cool. I wasn't one of the ordinary ones, I was just somebody's fool. I wanna be real for a minute. You could have run, but you looked at me hoping I'd say, give it to me, baby. To be weird, to be one, and to be wise. We're more than the sum of our parts. We're bound for life. Ooh. It's a rhythm we're climbing on, and I cannot believe you played for me once, and I can't see. To be weird, to be one, and to be wise. We're more than the sum of our parts. We're bound for life. To be weird, to be one, and to be wise. We're more than the sum of our parts. We're bound for life.
And we're back.
But that story is totally true. I just really didn't know he was interested in me. And it would be things like, we'd decide, I think I would initiate, I'd say, hey, do you want to go out for dinner tonight? And he'd say yes. But then, like, the first time, he also brought his mom. How is anybody supposed to
That's
know?
not really.
Is
how
that it? That
went.
was-
That's a slight exaggeration.
It's the essence of what happened. And how was I to know that you were interested in me if you brought your mom? Unless you have some weird old-fashioned thing where, like, you needed her approval of me
I
first.
did, and I am still waiting. Mom has not. Oh, just kidding. Mom's not watching.
That is not a nice thing to say. Thank you, Cam Jam.
Would you like a drink?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Martine. Cheers, everybody. I'm going to do a couple more tunes. I will totally do requests if anybody has a request.
What do I say about requests?
Pardon?
For me, if you marry a jukebox.
Oh, yeah. One
Yes.
time, he says,
Well, here,
this is his...
Can we back up and
Yeah.
just say, you often ask me, do you want to hear a song tonight?
Yes, I do.
And I often will suggest a song,
Yep, and then I won't play it.
and then you won't play it.
But I'll play something else.
Right, but you ask me if there's a song I'd like to hear.
Right. Because sometimes it's a stalling technique. Sometimes I legitimately want to know what song you'd like to hear, and sometimes I just need another moment to think of what I want to play. And so I ask for a request.
And what I say is when you marry a jukebox, you get to put a coin in from time to time.
How do you guys feel about that? How would you feel if your spouse or significant other said to you, I married a jukebox, I get to put a coin in once in a while? I'm just wondering how you would all feel about that.
I'll put the comment in at 1:13. I'll put the quote in. I'll go back.
Oh my goodness. I could make that a banner. I could put that up right now. This guy. Hey, little baby, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. I'm on fire. Tell me now, baby, is it good to you? Can he do to you the things that I do? I can take you higher. I'm on fire. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, etching dull, cut a 6-inch valley in the middle of my heart. I'll wake up at night with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head, and only you can cool my desire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
You fixed it.
He just passed me a note to let me know I had a hair down in between my eyes.
That's
Really, what he wanted was to have an Amy Klobuchar moment. I don't know if y'all saw it. It was kind of funny. What was the...
She had hair sticking straight up, and her, I don't know whether he was her chief of staff or her one of her interns or something, handed her a piece of paper and
To
then went
fix her
behind-
hair.
To fix her hair, and she
And then she
called-
told everybody what the paper said. It's
She
funny.
called him right out.
Yes,
It was-
she did.
I felt kind
A Jim Croce song, Ruth. Do I know any? What songs did Jim Croce write? Oh my God, I
Are you
should
gonna
know.
ask me? Did he do Bad Bad Leroy Brown? Is that Jim Croce?
Is that Jim Croce?
I don't know. Not that you know. You don't know it anyway, even if it was. It
But
would-
thank you, Cam. Thank you. I feel like Jim Croce is one of those songwriters that I can't recall if I know one of his songs, but I'd hear it and be like, oh yes, of course I know that song.
So we will not accept your coin. Ruth.
Ruth can put a coin in the jukebox. She can. Why don't you Google it?
Okay.
See if there's any that I know.
So, to anybody out there, this is every night of every show and every non-show of my life. This is it.
Can you Google it?
Google that. Hear me play some songs. Give me some positive feedback.
I know. The other thing about being
I
in
can
a
tell you.
relationship with an artist, I feel like, and you can comment on this more than me, is that when I ask for feedback, most of the time what I'm looking for is just a good job.
Yeah. So every day it's.
I would have to specify, give me honest feedback.
Well, no. It's everyday feedback. Like I don't share a spreadsheet I created for my job and say, hey, give me some feedback on said spreadsheet.
This is like a deep lying frustration that I feel that Scott has.
Are we?
Is that,
Is
know,
this-
when you're in the performing
Is this a
arts,
marriage counseling session?
I think this is marriage counseling. When you're in the performing arts, part of your job is to entertain your audience. You need to know if the audience will like X, Y, or Z. And so, Brett Olson, I could do Wagon Wheel.
Oh, you could do wagon
I could do
wheel.
Wagon
Yes.
Wheel. I could do it on the banjo. That'd be fun. So anyway, but he always says to me, like when I look for positive feedback, he's like, "Well, nobody in my job, nobody claps for me." And I just think that's funny. All right, so I kind of know Bad Leroy Brown, but not enough to
But you could work on it for say,
to do.
for say next week. Or,
But I tell you what, Ruth, because I'm gonna record you a special thing. I'm gonna learn a song for you.
you get
Not tonight, but I will. Brett has requested Wagon Wheel or Free Fallin', both of which are songs I know
Yeah,
relatively
you
well.
sure do.
Can you grab my banjo?
The one that's right back there,
Yeah, but I don't
Next-
have an exit behind me.
next to our.
I don't have
water.
an exit. Now, Free Fallin' and Wagon Wheel, that's so funny that you mentioned them. Right after that band breakup that I mentioned earlier, I still had a bunch of gigs that I had committed to that I still needed to do, minus the band. And I was like, oh my God, all the songs I know, I don't know how to do them by myself. And I had just bought this guitar, as a matter of fact, and Wagon Wheel and Free Fallin' were my two, like, fallback songs, because I knew them. All right, I'm going to try this banjo thing. Hold on.
Is it gonna plug in, or are you going to leave that?
No, I'm going to hold it.
Okay. And I'm just gonna stand here and hold this.
No, you can sit.
and hold it.
So I don't need these headphones. So this is my guitar. This is a guitar banjo, guys. I don't want you to think that I'm more skilled than I actually am. I don't know how to play a real banjo.
Would you play Rainbow Connection for me?
I don't know how to play Rainbow Connection.
You got a banjo.
Well, that's actually, well, as I just mentioned, it's not a real banjo. And Rainbow Connection is not a song I can just, like, kind of have to. And I know, I'm just going to throw this out there, I know that there are a lot of people that are wagon-wheeled out. I'm never going to be wagon-wheeled out. I think it's a great song. I don't prefer the Darius Rucker version. I like the Old Crow Medicine Show version. But I also like it because it's, again, one of those songs that, for me, was a song, like, of independence, because I sang it a lot when I first became a solo artist.
I like the fact that, like, 20 minutes before you started, you said, we might only go 40 minutes. Like, you didn't know if we would have enough banter, I suppose.
Yeah, I didn't know how long I played tonight, but I'm having fun. Now, Brett, I, again, haven't played this one in years. So I'm going to be relying on years-old muscle memory here. And there are a lot of verses, so let's see how I do. Headed down south to the land of the pines, the highway out in North Carolina. Staring down the road, pray to God I see headlights. Made it down the coast in 17 hours. Picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. He's getting me lyrics as we speak. Oh, rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Run from the cold up in New England. I was born to be a fiddler and an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, those North Country winds keep getting me down. I lost my mommy playing poker, so I had to up and leave. I ain't turning back to living that old life no more. Oh, rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Walking down south out of Roanoke, I got a trucker out of field, he had a nice long toe, but he's headed back from Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. And I gotta get a move on before the sun. You hear my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. If I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. Oh, rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, hey, mama, rock me.
There you go. So,
Hey, thanks. You know, honestly, a lot of people dog on that song. I don't care. I love that song, and I thank you for that request.
I think I get bonus points for intuitively getting the lyrics for you, but then I lose said bonus points for trying to shove the last half of the chorus into your face when you sung it 3 times and making you have to go, no, I don't need the chorus
No.
again. I know how to sing.
No,
that part.
that's one of my favorite things about those days when you would hold lyrics up in front of me, is the moment when I know that I don't need them anymore, and I can give you like a proud, get them away. Thank you, honey. Oh, Denise, I'm so glad. You know, I toyed with what to do tonight because, you know, I've done this with a guest artist since September 14th, and I hadn't done a solo live stream. Although this isn't really solo. It's really just nice to have a person.
Thanks.
No,
that is a ringing
that's not what I
endorsement.
mean. No, you know what I mean. Just to have feedback. You know, because as we know, as an artist, I really need a lot of positive feedback.
You need feedback.
I need a lot of it. So anyway, I fixed my hair. I've played Wagon Wheel. I'm gonna learn some Jim Croce, and we got like six-ish minutes left. So I think that I'm gonna end with a new song. Unless you had a different thought.
It really doesn't matter. You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
No. Did you have a different thought, honey?
No. I would love to hear your new song.
In fact, I have two that I'm going to do. I'm going to do two more songs. I can do whatever I want. It's my show.
Okay.
So, the new album, which I'm super duper excited about, I've finally landed upon a name. It's going to be called Daughter. And not like the cranberry bog weed.
My
but
father would be
daughter.
so excited.
Like a daughter. Like me, I'm a daughter. But really, when I'm looking back on all these old albums, every single one of them was an artist that had no idea who she was, had no self-confidence in what she was doing, and had no real direction in her writing. And 2020 sucked a whole lot, but it gave me the gift of figuring out what I was writing about and what I was doing, and confidence as a solo artist. And so I feel like I'm emerging from it in a stronger place than I started.
Wow. Where's your mother tonight?
I don't know what my mother's doing. Thank you, Brett. I have never performed with that banjo before. This was a big night. So I tell you all that to tell you that I'm calling it Daughter because it's an album that's about me being me unapologetically. Okay. I'm probably going to apologize a lot. So this song here I'm going to do is from that singles period. It's called The Beast. The song only exists because of him. Because he wrote to some filmmakers and got me. I should know what the term is, but you get like scenes from the film where they want music and there's no sound in it. You just write something to the scene, and so this was written for a horror movie, and the movie was about like this beastly alien dog animal thing that was attacking a high school, as all horror movies do. I don't know why they only attack high schools, but anyway, and then the end of the movie you realize that it was the cheerleader all along was controlling this beast. And I thought of it as kind of an allegory for the life of a quiet, meek person, is that you still have this inner strength that just needs to be let out.
I think at that time that was when the Me Too hashtag, not the events but I think the Me Too hashtag itself had just kind of started at that time, and it kind of was inspired a little bit by that too.
And I didn't intend it to be. I truly was just trying to write a song for that scene of the movie. But then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is me trying to learn how to stand up for myself. So it's called The Beast. With his eyes, and he doesn't realize when I whisper in his ear will take his breath away as he feels his power wane, and he makes a final play. He finally knows I'm not a sight for sore eyes. Play out.
Big fan of that song.
Well, it wouldn't exist without you.
I like that song.
So thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. It really means a heck of a lot to me. I just want to mention that on the 30th, so that is Saturday, I'm double checking my calendar so that I'm not wrong. On Saturday, I'm going to be doing a live stream with my friend Mark Douglas Berardo. Similar to what I do here on Monday nights, we're going to be playing back and forth, but we're going to be at a real venue, at a real place. With no audience, but we're going to be at a real place, and I think that's going to feel really cool. And I'd love to have you join us. It's going to be at the Rose Garden Coffee House. The event is on my Facebook page, so please hang out with us then. And then the other not Monday night event that I have coming up is on February 9th, and I'll be putting out reminders before that. On February 9th, one of our folk DJ friends that we know, Bruce Swan, has a show called Music My Mother Would Not Like, and I'm going to be on that one as well on the 9th. I'm super excited. And then next Monday, who's coming up next? Monday is Andrew Delaney. I'm just going to tell you, Andrew Delaney is hilarious.
Ouch.
He's so, he is so freaking funny, and a really, I don't know if quirky is the right word. He's a folk singer, but not your mama's folk singer.
Okay.
He's just really funny. I met him a couple of times at a few folk music events, and I couldn't stop laughing when I listened to him.
And I do, and we're starting to, besides those two shows, you're starting to book stuff for the fall.
That's
right?
a good point. So house concerts. Yes, Ruth, I will be live streaming on the 30th. I believe that show starts at 7:30 or 8, but I will double check.
We'll put a link in the comments.
And get back to you on that. I believe that it's at 7. But yes, we are live streaming on the 30th. It won't be from my page. It's going to be from the Rose Garden Coffee House's page, but I will share it. Okay. So just wanted to mention house concerts. So I'm starting to book, looking optimistically at the fall. So if you are somebody who would like to have a house concert, a small gathering of your friends and family that could be spread out, and I could come sing for you, safely distanced, shoot me a message, because I would love to travel and come sing for you.
But the reality is that folks like you, who had 2 years booked up, a lot of that is gone. Some of it is going to get pushed off, but the bulk of it is gone. Yep. And you'd worked so hard to get those dates booked.
Yep.
It takes years to get those dates booked.
It does.
And then they're just gone. So, one thing folks can do is share your page, like your page, but also, if they're friends, we're going to be going on tour. So share it with folks that might host house concerts, or if you know of a venue, let us know. And all those things are really helpful, and you are working on an album, which is amazing. And we're
looking at a July release for that. And in the meantime, become a patron. I mentioned it earlier, and a lot of people don't understand what it is, but it's essentially a subscription to your favorite artist. So for $3 a month, you get access to everything on my Patreon page, which is new songs every week, things that may or may not ever see the light of day. But you're hearing new stuff, and you're a part of what I'm doing, and a huge part of it. So
yeah, I think that's important. And with your album, you may eventually do some kind of Kickstarter thing, but right now Patreon is how you're making money for that, is through Patreon, through things like this, and you've kind of changed your business model. And
I think, and a lot of the Patreon, the other cool thing that I like about it is with every song that I put up there, I talk about the process of writing it, and I even let patrons give me ideas for songs to write, and so it's pretty darn cool. And most independent artists have a Patreon page. So,
but we care about your page. There's no other person here tonight. I don't have a Patreon page, so go to your Patreon page. You're the one that needs the patrons right now. You have an album. You need to promote that album, and so you need to promote you.
I'm good at promoting other people.
Yeah, you're great at it.
Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you on the 30th on the Rose Garden Facebook page for the live stream with Mark Douglas Berardo, and then Monday night, the 1st, with Andrew Delaney. Have a good night.
What are you gonna play?
I was gonna end the broadcast.
I thought you said you're doing 2 songs. Oh man, that's such a bummer. All right, bye.
Should I do one more song?
Oh, I usually get the boy.
All right, I'll do one more song. Here we go. I'm gonna do Daughter.
Thank you. And I want to get the boy.
Here's my title track, y'all. super excited to let you know that there is a celebrity musician playing on this song on my album. I'm really excited about that. Okay, here we go. When I was young, I was the good Lord's daughter. Didn't do nothing that would stir the water. My hair in pigtails and my saddle shoes lace. You could read my heart by the smile on my face. Oh, dream long and slow, but it don't mean nothing about the way things go. Now I'm racing against the clock and wondering when I'll ever fit into those old blue jeans. I know my heart, I know myself, I love my life, but I don't know what any of it means. So I spend another day, put another suitcase down, and say, Daddy, you were right, Daddy, you were right again. When I was young, I wanted somebody to kiss me, someone to hold me, somebody to miss me. 'Cause in my mind that was the end of the story. It was lovely, man, and it was holy. Oh, dream long and slow, but don't mean nothing about the way things go. Now I'm racing against the clock and wondering when I'll ever get into those old blue jeans. I know my heart, I know myself, I love my life, but I don't know what any of it means. So I'll spend another day, put another suitcase down, and say, Daddy, you were right, Daddy, you were right again. If I was smart, I'd spend my days and nights and mornings deep in the trenches and ignore all of the warnings. I know I'm lucky I got you as a believer. Girl that I am thinks that nobody can see her. Oh, dream long and slow, but it don't mean nothing about the way things go. Now I'm racing against the clock and wondering when I'll ever fit into those old blue jeans. I know my heart, I know myself, I love my life, but I don't know what any of it means. So I spend another day, put another suitcase down, and say, Daddy, you were right, Daddy, you were right again. I was young, I was a good Lord's daughter. Hey, bud.
You want to say goodbye to
We
everybody?
gotta say night-night to everybody.
Say goodnight. We couldn't find his Monica.
I got his Monica. You want to play some notes?
He was practicing.
Play some notes.
Probably.
Oh, wrong side, bud.
There you go. Good job.
Can you say night-night, everybody? Look over here. Say night-night, everybody. See y'all again.